Hi, I'm Antonio Centeno, the founder of Real Men, Real Style. Today I'm coming to you from my front porch here in Wisconsin, and we don't have too many nice days left here before winter sets in. So I've got the sun's out. It's deceptively cold though. I would say it's in the low 40s, but it's warm enough that I could come out here and film this. Now, what are we talking about today? Today I'm going to be talking about dressing sharp but dressing casual for the young man. I've gotten a lot of these requests, so I'm going to try to touch in on this today. This is going to be a short video. If you want more, this video is in support of my article over at the Art of Manliness, and that article is almost 5,000 words long. So we get into a lot more detail there. This again is just the primer. I've got a few examples I'm going to show you here, but if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. By doing that, these videos come right to you. In addition, if you find this useful, I would appreciate it if you would click on the like button right below. And while you're down there, make sure to check out my free 47-page ebook. It's 47 pages of great information about men's style. So the article over at the Art of Manliness, what are we talking about there? Well, that is a monster article. You guys have been sending me questions. How can a young man improve the way he dresses? How can he dress better? How can he put his best foot forward when, and why? Why should a young man care? I mean, you're in college, or perhaps you've got your first job, or you're in high school. Why should you even care about the way you present yourself to the world? Well, I'm going to tell you there are two things, maybe not so much in high school, but definitely in college, and once you're out there with your first job, you are out there trying to you're out there trying to impress people. I know that doesn't sound, great or anything, but you work for somebody, or you're out there and perhaps you've got your own business, but you've got clients who are going to pay you. And if you're going to door, or if you are on the phone, in a sense, the way you dress matters. And why on the phone? Because the way you put yourself together in the morning sets the tone for you internally. They've done studies that show that a man can put on a doctor's jacket. He doesn't even have to be a doctor, but he's going to perform better on tests or on exams simply because of the way the clothing affects it. Think about that. Whenever you put on a uniform, and let's say most of us here in North America, we've played football or we've played soccer, we've played baseball. When you put on that uniform, you get into the mindset. If you put on your basketball uniform, you go off onto that gym, or onto the field, whatever it may be, and you are ready to play. The same thing applies when you prepare and you dress yourself in the morning. And so it affects the way other people look at you, the way you look at yourself. And it's competitive out there. Guys, if you haven't seen, the economy is not doing great across the world. And you're also at a point where you're perhaps looking for a mate. You're looking for your life partner. And that is something that you want to be able to set the right impression. So that is why this matters. So 3 things that I don't really talk about this in the article, but I've talked about them in dozens of my other videos. Focus on fit, fabric, and style. So really quick, fit, make sure your clothing fits you. You are in the best shape of your entire life. You want to give off a good, healthy, masculine look, and you can do that with your clothing fitting you properly. If it's too loose, well, you're simply putting yourself at a disadvantage because you're covering one of your most, your physical asset, which is your body and how you take care of it, especially at this point in your life. Now, fabric, what do I mean by that? I don't necessarily just mean the fabric, I also mean the quality of the build, how the clothing is made. So there is a difference, and one of the first things we'll talk about here are polo shirts. And these are pretty simple. It's a little bit cold for a polo shirt right now, but the fabric of this polo shirt is medium to low quality. And it's an Old Navy shirt. I think I picked it up for probably $10 a number of years ago. This shirt works fine, but it is of lower quality fabric. And the build's low quality, the buttons aren't that great. These little things add up, and that's why you see higher end shirts made from companies, Polo, Ralph Lauren, something like that. They command a premium because they're usually better made. Not always, and it would be better if you could get them on sale, especially with a student's budget. Now, let's talk about fit, we talked about fabric. Quickly, style. So one of the other items I'm going to be talking, or I'll talk about here, is the Guayabera. We talk about this in the article. I've written an entire article about it, but this is a shirt, for many people, it looks like a simple white shirt, but the Guayabera has embroidery. It's got these pleats on the front. It's got button placement. It's also sewn with this is made with a linen fabric. So things like that help set the style apart. Epaulets, double pockets on the front. These help set the shirt apart and give you just a little bit better presentation of style. So I've already started here on the shirts, and today I'm going to be going through talking about how you can upgrade. So most guys out there, you're wearing t-shirts, jeans, and running shoes. I see it all the time. If it's cold, you throw on a sweatshirt. Let's upgrade that. So how can you upgrade the t-shirt? Well, one easy thing that you can bring in, polo shirts, very easy. Then we also talk about Wyatt Bears, but there's also casual long sleeve shirts, which you could roll up and always look better than a t-shirt because they've got the collar. These aren't dress shirts. These usually, you can see by the front patch pocket we have here on this shirt. Also, the color is a bit of a stoned wash. This is more of like an orange red. It's not pink, but it's definitely looks like a white with a red that gives it this orange feel. The stitching is white, so little things like this help set this as clearly a very casual shirt. But this shirt looks much better than even a polo shirt, I think. Definitely if it fits you. Now, the one thing, remember I talked about fit. So let's go quickly. This shirt right here, I'm bringing in this white dress shirt, and this is dressier than that casual shirt I just showed you. And another thing I did with this white dress shirt, it's going to be a little bit hard to see, but hopefully you can. We went through and we darted this shirt. So the back of the shirt, we brought in about an inch on the two back sides. And what that did is it made the shirt fit a bit closer to the body. So pay attention to the style, pay attention to the fit. All of that adds up. This casual shirt is a bit darker, therefore it's going to be a little bit dressier than that orange reddish one I just showed you. But the embroidery on the shoulders, that really says and sends a signal that this is more casual. It has no front pocket, so that makes it a little bit, I would say, dressier. We're talking, shades of gray here. And this shirt right here is a good fit. I could wear this out into the evening. Not so much that reddish orange. That's more of a day wear. Now, we talked quickly about dress shirts, and many of you young men, you're out there, you do have occasions for a dress shirt. But let's say you don't want to necessarily wear the white dress shirt or the light blue dress shirt, which is the standard for most men out there. Well, why not bring in a different fabric? And so here again, we're going to fabric, which is one of the three components I talked about, and we're bringing in a little bit of a check fabric. This is a shirt made by Fifth and Lamar, good company out of Austin, Texas, and I really like this fabric. It's blue mixed. It's got a little bit of a white in it as well. So we use very classic colors. From a distance, it's going to look simply like a light blue shirt. But when you get up, probably within, I would say, 20 to 30 feet, you're going to start to see that there's a bit of a pattern in there. And this really sets itself apart from all the other just regular solid blue or white shirts out there. Okay, so let's talk. I mentioned sweatshirts. All right, I love my Texas sweatshirt, but I don't wear this all the time. I wear it on game days. I wear it when I'm out exercising, going to the gym. I see guys wearing their sweatshirts all over the place. How about you take that up a notch? Many of you guys have seen me in the last few videos wearing this pullover. This is a pullover sweater made by Timberland. It's 100%, well, it's like 90 or 95% wool. I really like the fit and feel of this. This sweater fit me really well. I like Timberland's website. They give you the exact measurements, but this right here is a huge step up from the sweatshirt. A step up from this is actually going to be a cashmere sweater, and this is a cashmere turtleneck in a solid olive green. This one right here, it's casual in a sense. It's got a little bit of knitting right here in the shoulders. It's got the Timberland logo. It's got the buttons right here at the front. These look like they're horn, but they're imitation horn. This one right here is more streamlined, and it's going to fully cover the neck. Even a little bit, probably on the same level of formality, is going to be this very nice V-neck sweater. So I could wear this over a dress shirt, that blue dress shirt I just again, this is actually from Fifth and Lamar. They just started getting into sweaters. A simple V-neck sweater is much more elegant and puts you on a whole nother level than trying to wear a sweatshirt, guys. Okay, so quickly we're going to talk about jeans. These light colored jeans, I've had these for years. They were made from Levi's. These are about as informal as it gets. Although this is going to give them a run for their money. These out of the buckle, and it's because of these tears and these rips here that these really, it's okay casual wear for the young man, but when I see a guy in his mid-30s, early 40s trying to pull off a look like this with a form-fitting t-shirts, it doesn't matter that he takes care of his body. He looks like a 40-year-old guy trying to dress like a 20-year-old guy. So you can wear this as a young man for ultra casual wear, but if you're wanting to set a better impression, I would invite you to instead look for a solid pair. Well, you can go with the same shade, but doesn't have any distress in it. And Levi's, again, a great company, great brand, really like what they put out, and they've been doing it for well over 100 years. Now, let's talk about this. This is something a lot of guys get confused about. If it's got cargo pockets on it, gentlemen, this is casual. These are not dress slacks. You don't wear these with a dress shirt, and you don't try to pull these off. They're just going to be too casual for what we're trying to do here. Okay. Man, the stack is getting high here. I'm getting hard to reach. Now, for ultra dress, I mean, that's kind of an oxymoron, but for the dressiest jeans that you're going to be able to wear, look for something that's made from a raw denim. They're going to have a very dark indigo look, and these can almost be, I wear them with a sports jacket pretty often. So I was just in Chicago. I went to a whiskey tasting event. I wore jeans very similar to these. And one of my favorite pair of trousers that is really, you don't see it too often, are going to be gray flannel trousers. Gentlemen, gray flannel trousers, a little bit hard to find, but if you can start to incorporate that into your business casual wardrobe, you're really going to take a step up. Okay guys, enough for this video. I go into a lot more detail in the article. We talk about footwear, we talk about accessories, we talk about a lot more in the article. So go check it out. I'm gonna link to it down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, bye-bye.